This is Adam Abraham. I'm here to talk about Grizzly Golfer. My comments will be based on a recording script dated December 1st, 1950, and an animation draft which suggests which animators worked on which scenes. The opening of this cartoon is unusual, more like a teaser or the cold open of a television show. We begin with the motif of feuding families in rural America, like the Martins and the Coys, themselves the subject of a Walt Disney cartoon that was released as part of Make My Music in 1946. Grizzly Golfer was production number 50-20 at UPA. Production was completed on July 27, 1951, and the film was released theatrically by Columbia Pictures on December 20th. Magoo's lyrical outburst here is the work of voice actor Jim Backus. The script merely offers tum, etc., which meant that Backus was supposed to improvise. Jerry Hausner, who usually plays Waldo, admired the little songs that Backus invented. The animation in this scene is probably the work of Cecil Seri, who mainly labored on the Magoo shorts. His earliest UPA credit is The Popcorn Story, released by Columbia in 1950. His last Magoo credit, appropriately, was Magoo Breaks Par, released in 1957. There is a handwritten line in the script that doesn't make it into the film. After the bit with the sign, Magoo says, "You can't recognize a product without a trademark." The next scene is attributed to Rudy LaRiva, who previously worked at Disney and Warner Brothers. He went on to direct a number of later Magoo shorts. Here we have a point of view shot indicating Magoo vision and the bobbing head of the taciturn fellow that Magoo greets.
People, they're taciturn, they're tight-lipped, dry humor, very wry, you know.
And a pun about dry humor. This is also Rudy LaRiva. We should note that Waldo is wearing his outfit from the very first Magoo cartoon, The Ragtime Bear, which will soon be important.
Oh, they're round, too. You know, they mustn't get caught short. Oh, yeah.
Backus may have added this remark, "Oh, they're round, too," which is suitably silly. Still with Rudy LaRiva here.
My boy, relax.
In the script, there is a bit in which Waldo eats popcorn and interrupts his uncle's concentration. "Stop eating that popcorn," Magoo would have said. That line did not make the final cut. And a little Grizzly golfing here. And then we find the Ragtime Bear making a return appearance in a pair of scenes animated by Pat Matthews. He did not get a credit on this film, but he animated several UPA films, including The Telltale Heart. Most of his work for UPA is in the more cartoony vein. This scene might be Rudy LaRiva.
Give me the old trusty niblick. Play him as they lie, son. Adversity, you know.
Now we have a scene from master animator Art Babbitt. Babbitt worked at Walt Disney Productions in the 1930s, where he became an expert with the cartoon character Goofy. Babbitt also served as an animator on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Pinocchio. In Babbitt's handling here, Magoo starts to resemble Jim Backus.
Oh, drat it. Into the wood.
That seems to be an unintentional edit, and I believe the new scene is by Rudy LaRiva, with a very pleased-looking bear.
Dawdle, Waldo. Here.
Another pair of scenes by Pat Matthews. Notice Magoo's delighted wiggle, and a vigorous, highly expressive bear. This very silly run was animated by Art Babbitt. This is Rudy LaRiva.
Waldo, put that down.
And this scene as well.
Ball in place, son. Oh, right on the green. By Hagen and Hogan. Yes, indeed.
By Hagen and Hogan are typical of Magoo's cheerful exclamations.
Mind if I play through?
Still with Rudy LaRiva, one of Backus's sources for the Magoo voice was a character he developed called the Man on the Train, a tiresome fellow who would laugh at his own jokes, of which we get an example here. In the script, he continues to enthuse a Jim Dandy Doodle, dee-doo, ha-ha. That last bit did not make the final cut.
Get out there and watch this ball.
Here we have Art Babbitt handling the bear.
Now, where's that ball?
According to Bruce Burness, the son of the director, this sequence was one of Pete Burness's favorites in all his films. Although Art Babbitt worked for UPA, known as it was for streamlined, so-called limited animation, he remained loyal to the tenets of rounded Walt Disney animation. This pantomime evokes Disney cartoons of the 1930s, especially those in which the dog Pluto interacts with the realities and limitations of the physical world. It becomes a slow-motion ballet with a faux classical melody by the film's composer, Hoyt Curtin. So here we have animation by Art Babbitt. still with Babbitt. Now we get to see a cartoon character think on screen. Now he rather resembles Goofy.
Aha!
Back to the animation of Rudy the Reva. He definitely mastered the character of Magoo, and Magoo's reaction here is quite winning. A two-shot from Rudy the Reva.
Almost cost me a stroke. Hiccups. Oh, well. Now, stand on your head, boy. Yeah, that'll fix him.
The script calls for a piece of ad-lib, and Bacchus obliges the filmmakers.
Easy now.
More ad-lib as Bacchus strangles under the bear.
Now look, boy. Look here. Now put this bag on your head and hold your breath.
Excellent advice.
We just look down at the...
It did seem to take Waldo quite a while to get back to the car. At this point, the pace of the edits accelerates as we hasten to the film's climax. The script asks for prolonged muttering as he mutters for putt. Now the various threads of the narrative come together, hearing the shot of the hillbillies fire. Magoo, with his preternatural good luck, is completely unharmed. His hat does a little stylized flip.
It's those confounded hunters!
Trigger happy Nimrods. And then, the punchline.
Take off that coat, Waldo! Those blind fools think you're